Hello everyone, my name is William Comey. I want to thank you for joining me today. Let's start with a simple image. Picture a river, quiet, winding, its banks lined with tangled roots, its water dark but alive. Or imagine a soggy stretch of wetlands, buzzing with insects and frogs with grass bending in the breeze. Let me ask you, have you ever thought of these places as a powerhouse or as a protector? Because believe it or not, wetlands and riverbeds are among the most critical ecosystems on Earth, working silently, sometimes visibly, to keep our world livable. They hold floods, purify water, store carbon, and cradle biodiversity in a way no man-made system can match. And yet, despite all that, we're losing them fast. Now, I know when you think about climate change, your minds jump to glaciers, melting, coral reefs dying, and forest fires raging. But I want to shift your attention today to the ground beneath your feet, to the place we pass without much thought, our wetlands, our rivers, and yes, even the swampy zones we tend to overlook. Now let's talk about what these ecosystems actually do. For starters, these wetlands store twice as much carbon as all of the world's forests combined. Meanwhile, they're absorbing floodwater like a giant sponge. But one of the most fascinating roles lies beneath the surface in their microbial life. See, wetlands and riverbeds are microbial powerhouses. Hidden in those saturated soils are bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms that cycle nutrients, neutralize toxins, and even help clean our water. These microbial communities are anything but passive. They do real work. Some of those microbiomes can break down pollutants, others support plants and animals up the ground by helping those roots uptake nutrition. Others still form vast microbial networks that literally shape the chemistry of our ecosystem. In fact, Zell study in 2024 found that when wetlands are drained, the microbial balance shifts. Enzymatic activity, the kind of activity responsible for breaking down organic matter, changes drastically. That that means that draining the wetlands doesn't just remove water, it disrupts a biochemical infrastructure, and yet they persist. In degraded areas, microbiomes often remain dormant, ready to reactivate when the environment stabilizes again. That's resilience. One study by Chang 2021 looked at over 2,000 watersheds supplying water to more than 300 cities. It found that urban areas with better protected wetlands had stronger water security, cleaner reservoirs, and better resistance to floods. Then there's a Grumman study in 2025 who reminds us that underground water beneath the wetlands plays a key role in their ability to resist environmental shocks. It's easy to forget that the water we don't see, but just like the microbes, what's hidden is often what's holding everything together. So let's look back to the big question. If wetlands and riverbeds are nature's best defense against climate change, flooding, biodiversity loss, why are we still destroying them faster than we are protecting them? And I don't ask us to blame anyone. I ask to inspire awareness because the truth is these systems are deeply undervalued. In public policy and in how we think about land use, they've been treated as disposable, clear for agriculture, and drained for buildings, or simply ignored. But this is a mindset we could change. We can choose to see the wetlands and riverbeds as not just an obstacle to progress, but as a part of infrastructure we rely on, just as critical as roads, bridges, or power grids. And it's not just scientists saying this. Pillay 2024 emphasized that when humans pressure ecosystem, multifunctionality, meaning nature's ability to do many things at once, drops significantly. That means fewer ecosystem services, less resilience, and more vulnerability for all of us. So what can we do? Well, it starts by seeing wetlands not just as natural space, but as a living system. Microbiomes as dynamic and as important as the human gut. Just as our own microbiome plays a key role in health, wetland microbiome communities are essential for the ecosystem's health. So, as you walk away from this, I want you to leave with a few questions. How do I personally impact rivers and wetlands, whether through my actions, my votes, my voice? Then, what policies or local efforts can I support to protect these places? And lastly, how do I reframe the way I think about natural lands, not as unused, but as invaluable? Because here's the truth. Wetlands, remember. Riverbeds, remember. They remember every flood they've absorbed, every toxin they've filtered, every microbe. They have worked silently to support the life above it. And the more we learn about them, these systems, the more we realize we still don't know. That's why we need more science, more students like those behind these studies that I've shared today, and more people who care. So yes, rivers remember, wetlands remember, and it's about time we remember them too. Thank you.